You are listening to Confessions of a Counselor podcast with Janice, mental health in bite-sized chunks. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Confessions of a Counselor. I'm your host, Janice, and in today's episode, I thought we would talk about the final client I wanted to share with you. We'll call them Amanda. So this is a mom who comes into sessions, and so the primary focus of our conversations are around how to be the best version of herself in order to be the best mom that she can be. So Amanda came in to session when her first was quite little, and we've continued to have conversation as her little one has grown. So let's jump right in. Motherhood is a conversation that I have with many of my clients. A lot of my clients are moms, and this is a conversation that I find so important just because I often find that the conversations going on in the mom community are not actually conducive to motherhood or put a lot of strain, stress, or expectations on moms to be a certain way. So when Amanda came in to sessions and started talking about motherhood and started talking about the struggles of motherhood, this was something that I felt very equipped to have conversations around and to support her in developing skills and tools, all of the skills and tools that I talk about with all of my other clients that aren't mothers, but in specific relationship to motherhood. So how do I create a lifestyle that works for me, knowing that the majority of my time is spent with someone who is dependent on me? How do I create self-care practices that are flexible and easy and take into account that I might have someone attached to me 24/7? How do I create boundaries and clearly communicate with those in my life the things that I want and need, keeping in mind that I'm also advocating for a tiny human who doesn't have those skills yet, right? So you get the picture. All of these skills and tools that we talk about developing in therapy, I have these conversations with moms, knowing that there's caveats, knowing that there is differences in the way that a mom is going to show up for herself because of the role that she's taken on, and having compassion for the fact that we may or may not have wanted to be a mother, and the toll that takes, right? Whether or not you are the most dedicated mom in the whole entire world, it doesn't mean that job isn't really hard, and it doesn't mean that there aren't days that moms really struggle. So having compassion and understanding and empathy for how difficult this is. And another part of therapy that comes with therapy and navigating motherhood is, how do I show up for my child? How do I build resilience in my child? How do I navigate those difficult moments of motherhood that in previous generations have just been kind of thrown to the side, or maybe not have taken as much attention to, while balancing the now overload of information that we also get with motherhood now, with expectations and what we're supposed to do in order to not damage our children. So balancing this with, yes, we have a lot more information on how to raise children, while also giving ourselves grace and empathy for the fact that we're not going to get it perfect, and that's okay as well. So this is a big conversation that I have with clients like Amanda, and navigating through this and those regular check-ins and talking about the things that are hard and being open and honest about the things that are really big struggles. So this is a client that I love to work with, and those conversations are really important, and ones that I think can really change the way that we show up for ourselves and show up for our children. So I hope that you found this series helpful in kind of understanding what different clients come into therapy talking about and how we navigate those issues, and that perhaps you learned something or took something away from it. Okay, until next time, take care. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Confessions of a Counselor podcast is available anywhere you like to listen to your podcast, both on Apple and Android. New episodes will be released every Friday. If you enjoyed this podcast, please feel free to join the conversation. Leave a review or subscribe to the podcast hosted on the Anchor app. All these details can be found at janicelyons.com. Until next time, take care.